Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Talks with Tina, where we are pursuing our most true and authentic self by what? Uncovering our roots. Not me looking like somebody's nephew. And is. Anywho, in the spirit of getting straight to the point, today's topic is wildfire. And I was going back over my videos because, as you guys can see, if you've been like watching the last few, I've been kind of on this downward kick. Like, I'm not feeling myself. I'm not feeling the best. And that's just being confident in what I'm doing. But it doesn't like keep me down. I'm addressing being vulnerable and being transparent that I'm like, I have my days, and it's not always, ooh, healing is, it's gonna be a fun time. You can heal with no problem. Nah, G. Baby girl be struggling in these streets. Anywho, so that's kind of where this topic kind of started from, is because, and then I've also been on the kick of light, being light to somebody, being light in this world, being light and letting your light shine through even in the midst of your darkness. And that's kind of where this topic came from. So wildfire, when I was like really meditating on this thing, I thought of like a tiki torch kind of thing, if you know what I'm talking about. If I was fancy, I would put a picture in there, but we ain't going there. Look it up. A tiki torch. And if you're going through like the woods and the wilderness and stuff, and all you have is this tiki torch, and you're like, how is this small light supposed to get me and navigate me through this territory, right? And when it, like, if you really think about it, like, a small tiki torch literally guides you through the wilderness, said wilderness, like you're in the wild, or you just in the dark. I don't know. You in the dark, in the wild, whatever you want to call it. And all you have is this small light, but somehow it's bright enough to lead you through. And then I came to a point where I was just feeling like, well, what if I stumble? Then my light is gone. If you stumble and get in the wilderness, come with me. Come with me on this here journey that we're about to stumble down. You in the wilderness, right? You in the wild, you in nature, you in the jungle, whoever you are, and you fall. You think your light is gone. But my, oh my, you start a wildfire. Hey, you start a wildfire. You know what that is? Because you done set the ground on fire. And guess what? So then you like, nah, I done set everything. I ruined everything because I done stumbled. Everything is now ruined. There's no way for me to come back from this. But you know what's good about a wildfire? It takes out all the old and brings in new. Hey! Let me leave my chair real quick. Come on, that's a mighty good word right there. Takes out all the old and brings in the new. And so if I were to think about this in full circle, this to even my life, like there's been points where, oh, this is Talks with Tina, y'all ain't never get to see, or I never thought would come out. Like when I tell y'all, college was a struggle, and I thought I fumbled and stumbled a lot of times. Like I almost got kicked out of college a couple of times. And so that was like my moment of feeling like I was stumbling, and I was like, I just ruined everything because my light, the thing that I was just trying to keep up and, just get me through, I dropped, like I was playing it off like I was perfect, but I dropped my light and boom. And it doesn't it doesn't take seconds or minutes to restore the new. It takes time. It takes years. And when you realize that sometimes all that old, like, me thinking that my mistakes in college, failing classes and stuff and just almost getting kicked out, that was my end all be all, that there was greatness and new to come after my stumble, and to know that my wildfire lit up and lit up a whole something beyond me and brought in something new, and I think if you're thinking of yourself greater than what you are right now, you stumbled hard, and you feel like there's no way I can recover from this. I have destroyed everything around me. I've destroyed everything that could possibly be right for me. that sometimes that wildfire sweeps in, your light, set that thing on fire and brought in something new. And so if you take the time to figure out what your new is, or if you haven't, like what's growing in you, God, what? It's the braids. She's doing something for y'all. If you figure out what that new is that's coming from you, or what's growing and sprouting up in your life that you haven't even acknowledged yet because you're so far in that pit, in that little slump of dead that you started, that you can't even see that you started a fire, but there's so much growing around, even small, minute things. The soil is being renewed. The roots are being grounded again. You have to get out of this space that you stumble, you fall, your light being dim, your light creating this wildfire is what destroyed everything for you. When ultimately your light is the thing that brought in something new. Goodness. Goodness gracious. And so again, full circling that back to your life. Start looking at the new. Like, I can't dwell so much on my down moments. I can't dwell so much on the things that I thought, not killed me in a sense, but, that killed me. I don't like using that. That sounds real. That's too vicious for me. That I thought I destroyed, and that's not even in a light sense. Like, there's a lot of things that goes just beyond like your, something going wrong in your life. There can be a lot of things like you've done something and experienced, like had sex with somebody you didn't want to have sex with, like, and now you feel like you've killed or destroyed your image of whatever, or you almost flunking out of school like I did. You feel like you've failed this image that you are smart. Like, you are still smart, that you are still worthy, you are still everything you need to be and more. Now you've destroyed everything that was old in you. Like, it had to be killed off. It had to disappear. It had to be destroyed in order to bring in this new life, new flowers, new roots, new everything. So you're not consumed about the things that possibly could have been another hazardous stumble for you. And yeah, just take a minute to assess what your new is, what that wildfire did to you. You're a wildfire. Take it in a good sense. My light creates a wildfire. And I know that if I stumble and fall with my tiki torch and my small light, or my light that I don't deem is necessary, that if I fall, I'm creating a fire, and you better watch out. You better watch out, because not only am I vicious, I spread far and wide. Yeah, I spread far and wide, but I also bring in a whole bunch of new. And so when I'm ready for my new, you better be ready to move out the way. It's, girl, go on with your bad self, okay? And I think that's the chat. Sometimes we get too caught up in our darkness, in our light being so small that we feel like that's all we can handle is our small light. But then that wildfire comes in and we feel overwhelmed, but we don't appreciate what comes after the wildfire. Whoa, I done gave y'all too much right now. And you might have to, I dare you to watch it a few times. I dare you. Because you're missing it. That's what I said. You need to soak this in. Be wildfire. I think I like this one. Wildfire. Man. Yeah. Watch out. Because when that thing starts spreading, I'm going to take down a lot. A lot is going to be brought down. But guess what's going to come in? A whole bunch of new. And that's the chat, folks.